So want to know why I ended up on the BBC Close Calls on Camera? Here we go. So as lots of you know, I fly paragliders, and I was flying paragliders up on Mount Leinster, and I got myself into trouble, and I ended up on BBC Close Calls on Camera. Here we go.
Mount Leinster, Ireland. A paraglider films as he flies over the mountainside.
Where I would love to get to is out over these trees.
He's 300 feet up when he hits turbulent air and starts to drop.
I'm losing height, I'm in big sink. This is dangerous now. I'm going to hopefully land on this road.
But he doesn't make it.
No. Okay.
Gerry works as a plumber and lives in County Wexford in Ireland with his partner of 23 years, Teresa.
We've got 7 kids between us. One of them living here at the moment, and the rest of them are all over the place. Belfast, Dublin, Midlands in Ireland, but all over Ireland.
But his children and grandchildren get to see him regularly online. Gerry has his own successful video channel. He regularly posts about his 2 big passions, DIY and paragliding.
You know, I fly, I run off mountains, and I make videos, DIY videos on YouTube. Sometimes I put some of the flying videos up on YouTube as well. I have a few subscribers. I'm only getting into this thing, so I'm amazed anybody follows me, so.
Gerry's clocked up hundreds of hours in the air, and he knows the sport's dangers all too well. A serious accident paragliding in Spain left him badly injured.
My wing collapsed, stuck my feet out, and broke my back, 5 vertebrae. So, and I collapsed a lung and a half. So I was in bad shape. I swore I would never fly again. I don't know, 9 months or a year later, I'm back in the air like an addict, you know, so.
It's the feeling of freedom that fuels his passion for being up in the air. But one summer afternoon, his dramatic descent to Earth puts him in danger once again. It's a clear, sunny day in June. Gerry is on his way to nearby Mount Leinster for a day out paragliding.
Mount Leinster is popular because it takes wind from various different directions, and it's high. So, you know, there's no obstructions, there's no power lines, that sort of stuff. Time for me to get set up now. So here's my setup on the ground at the moment. Harness, electronics, wing.
Gerry's filming the trip on 2 action cameras. They're both recording as he readies himself for takeoff.
Check for traffic. Everybody looks good. Okay, safe flight, here we go. So I was looking out over the valley and so on, and I was thinking to myself, yeah, I can go cross country today, you know. So that was the plan. It's always the plan.
Mount Leinster is a mecca for paragliders, and Gerry's cameras capture other enthusiasts in the skies.
Yeah, Jen!
He begins searching for columns of rising hot air, known as thermals, to get the lift required for a long cross-country flight. His onboard instruments tell him if he's rising or falling.
So those beeps tell me when I'm in lift. I have corresponding beeps that will tell me when I'm going down. So I'm pushing out away from the hill so I can core a thermal and go up.
Not long after takeoff, Gerry catches a strong thermal, taking him high up towards the clouds. He chats to the camera as he flies.
So I got fairly high, 3,500 feet. Mount Leinster itself is 2,500 feet. If I had to kept going, I would have gone over the top of the mountain and headed downwind for cross country.
But the flight doesn't go to plan.
So I'm up at cloud base, and then there's no more lift, or I lose the lift. Sometimes, you know, you can't find it again.
Gerry is still keen to make it over the top of the mountain. For half an hour, he keeps searching for the elusive thermal that will give him the height he needs.
So this is a bit like fishing. I'm fishing for thermals.
He decides to change tactics.
I caught another one, and I thought, okay, you know, I'll try and follow it up to the mast on Mount Leinster.
I'm going up. I'm at 2382 now, feet.
Now, the mast is about 120 metres or something high, and the base of the mast is about 2,500 feet.
This time, Gerry's convinced he can make it over the top.
I wanted to fly over the hill, follow the ridge down, and then land in front of the ridge, back near the car. That's not what happened.
Suddenly, Gerry's instruments indicate he's losing height.
I started to sink out. Now, all of a sudden, I couldn't glide as far as I wanted to.
I'm losing height. I'm in big sink.
He's too low. He can't make it over the mountain.
We stay in front of the hill. We never go behind. You know, I'm there. It's all my fault.
So I'm in a dangerous spot now at the moment. I have to get out over the front of these trees.
He tries desperately to turn to the left, but the high winds coming over the mountain behind him force him forwards.
I couldn't overcome it.
He's heading towards the ground far too fast. With no time to change direction and only 300 feet to go, he quickly scans the landscape and spots a potential landing zone.
Okay, so this is it. I'm gonna hopefully land on this road.
The problem was then my wing started to misbehave.
It's because he's flown into swirling wind known as rotor. It could cause his wing to collapse at any moment.
I'm losing height and I'm getting closer to the trees and closer to the road.
This is dangerous now. Potential rotor.
My hands were doing this because the wing was depressurizing.
The road is only meters away, but he's not going to make it. He's forced down into the trees.
Okay, so...
His camera shows his distress as he hits the tree canopy at 25 miles an hour, plunging through branches and foliage.
I put my feet out and I collapsed the wing. The branches of the tree is going to bite me. And then I come straight down, bump, 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 bump. Boom. And then I stopped.
He comes to rest with his canopy snagged on branches, leaving him hanging in the trees 2 meters from the ground. Thrilled to have survived, Gerry talks to the camera.
I don't know what damage I've done to the wing, but I'm okay. That's the main thing.
Yeah, so I have my hands like this, you know, so to stop anything hit me. But I have a full face helmet on, and so I didn't even get a scratch.
I'm about, I don't know, 6 feet off the ground. So no biggie for getting down. I'm just gonna hook up, unhook, and get out of this.
Shaken but unscathed, and with the stricken wing stuck in the trees, Gerry climbs out of his harness and makes his way to the road.
So there's my wing. I was aiming for this road.
He's rescued by a couple of farm workers who take him back to his car in their truck.
So great thanks to these two boys here.
It's a few months before Gerry returns to flying. The incident brought back memories of his previous accident in Spain, and he's wondering how long his luck can hold out.
It was my fault. It was pilot error, absolutely. If I'd have gone for the road and there was a big collapse, another spinal injury, broken legs or death even, you know, so that's it.
Okay, so...
The luck of the Irish, eh?